What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's happening? Okay, what's up, how y'all doing? So, I don't really know, like, I'm not really sure, like, what I want the, like, intro-ish sound to be. I don't know what, how I want the intro to be for the sensible reactions content. I don't really know yet, so since I don't know yet, it's just gonna be what it's gonna be until I figure it out. So, hi, welcome back. I'm ShAyee. If you do not know, and what I have is my personal knowledge and opinion. The only law is the universal laws, the laws of the universe. So, with that being said, when I do these reactions, I'm just only speaking from my viewpoint only. Duh. So anyway, sensible reactions. The reason why I came up with that name is just because I just try to make sense out of what it is that I'm looking at, right? What I'm reacting to, what's, you know, and it has to make sense to me. We don't have to, but I would like it to make sense to me. Sometimes when things do not make sense to you right off the back like that, it just simply means you might have to grow to understand it, or girl, it just don't make sense. It just don't. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm gonna figure it out, and when I do, you'll be the first to know. All right now. So today, I can't even see the title. Oh yes I can. Crazy. The art of strategy. I know business is one thing where you need to have some type of strategy, and I really feel like in most parts of life you need to have some type of strategy, right? Some type of planning, some type of understanding of what it is to do in certain situations or for certain outcomes and so forth and so on, right? So I believe strategy is something that's important. Now, the person that we're going to be listening to on today, ironically, I had mixed feelings about his book, The 48 Laws of Power. I had mixed feelings about that book. On one hand, I'm like, yeah, this makes sense. Like, I get it, because when I say this, some people are like, okay, let that be, because you don't get it. But if you get it, you get it. I'm a Capricorn, so the 48 Laws of Power is like life. You feel me? It's like life for us. And I'm pretty sure not just for Capricorns, because I know there's some people who, right? So the other part about that, though, is at some point in time, like, you can't live life on just strategy alone, like just only always trying to be strategic. Why? Because there's too many variables in life, and not enough controlled environments in the grand scheme of reality. Okay, so yeah, right. All right. With that being said, I know people say we create our own reality, and I feel like we do. I talked about this in one of my Good Day videos. If you do not know, I also post Good Day videos where I talk about different topics and just expand on how I feel. Some days I'm just doing a check-in, letting y'all know what's been up with me. Some days I'm going through a series of conversations. So if you are interested, you are somebody who like to just have different conversations, hear other people talk about different topics, then come on along. This is the Good Day podcast. All right. So yeah, life is too many variables. So being strategic all the time is not necessary. But I feel like there are a lot of good parts of life where you can use strategy to move you along. So we're gonna listen to him. That's Robert Greene, about the art of strategy.
The moment you step back and you go, I could do B, C, D, or E instead of B and react. You have power, you have strategy in your life.
Girl, are we at zero? Let me start over. Let me see. I don't know. That's zero.
The moment you step back and you go,
okay,
I could do B, C, D, or E instead of be and react. You have power, you have strategy in your life.
Okay, I get what.
So one of the questions people wanted me to answer was how to be a better strategist in life, which is the theme of the month of September in my book, Daily Laws. And basically, what I would say is, it's just a matter of how you look at the world. So in writing my books, I am a bit of a strategist myself. I never do anything without some kind of strategic thinking behind it, right? So my idea in my books is to not just give you the
See, I used to want to do that, but then I found myself feeling like it was too restricting, especially somebody who likes to create and like to be free. Like, I love freedom. So I think strategy sometimes takes away from freedom in certain areas, but you do need discipline and you do need structure and a set thing or direction, guideline to the goal. So
reader ideas about life. I want to change how you look at the world. I want to change how you look at power. I want to change how you look at seduction itself. Well, strategy is one of those ways that you alter how you look at the world. It's like a paradigm shift. Because you're going around in life being extremely unstrategic. And all that matters, all that is required is you alter it, you reverse that form of thinking. You reverse your perspective on that. So normally in your day-to-day affairs, when things are happening to you, you're reacting continually, emotionally. Somebody said this, it made you angry. Somebody said that, it made you excited. You saw something on social media. React, 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 react. You think you're in control because sometimes you do something kind of strong or powerful, but it all stems from reaction. You're in reaction mode throughout the course of your life. And in my book, The 33 Strategies of War, I call that tactical hell. You are currently in tactical hell. You are continually reacting against what people say, what people do. You're never controlling the situation. The way to get out of tactical hell is to enter strategic heaven.
okay, so before we enter strategic heaven, right, for tactical hell, so I just feel like if that's how you're living constantly, and I get his point of view, if that's how you're always acting, then you need to really work on that. Like, that's something you need to really be trying to figure out what's what. Because if you're always reacting to things, it's going to leave you in a place to always be at the bottom, right? You're going to always feel at the bottom, and you're going to always feel attacked. You're going to always feel like your actions are probably justified because they did it to you first, type of situation. So yeah, now you gotta learn how to be on the other side of that and the different goalposts, right? And I don't think it's always from, and I'm understanding how he started it off with being strategic, which should make sense if you look at it from that point of view too. So I can get how strategy doesn't necessarily have to require a lot of energy. It really has to be something that you have truly worked on. You had to be strategic because you had to sit down and figure out what's what and how you can work on it. So I can get that. So yeah, now I understanding that strategy doesn't have to be so, my stomach is growling like crazy. Strategy does not have to be something that is always well thought out or so much energy is put into it. Not always, but initially starting out to get this strategy down pat, to live off of that plan and it be natural, it is something you do have to at least do first. So I get that. You got to get the structure down, and I got that one.
I called it that before. I'm just making that up right now. But it's to alter how you look at things. So instead of reacting, you go, somebody said that. Now, Are they trying to deliberately upset me? Okay, it worked. All right? The best response is to not get upset, right? So instead of reacting, you think of what's the best.
Real quick, not always. It's not like sometimes you really need to go through certain emotions for real. So again, it just depends on where you're at. Like too much of anything is OD, right? And so little of something that you might need is also OD because it's too much of not enough, right? You get it. But balance is the key. Balance for sure.
Best way to respond to this rationally, in my next move, instead of just getting emotional. So what it is, it's a level of detachment in your day-to-day life. And you can practice this in small ways. And if you're in a relationship of any kind, and you know that in a relationship, there are these things that will annoy you about the other person. Little things that they say that get under your skin. You can't help it. It's kind of constant, right? This is a great way to practice because it happens like every day, and you step back and you go, I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to get emotional. I'm going to...
Speaking of such, on day 28 of my good day videos, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
In a different way, I'm going to detach myself here. And I'm going to go, why am I getting upset here? Why am I getting emotional? Maybe it's not worth it. Maybe I can think of other things. Maybe they have a good reason for saying what they do, etc. The moment you step back and you go, I could do B, C, D, or E instead of B and react. You have power. You have strategy in your life. All that's required is you consider other ways to respond to somebody's behavior. Sometimes people are in their own react mode and they are just simply being emotional to you. But I can assure you that in your life, however long it is, you are encountering other people who are very strategic. They are deliberately making you upset. They are deliberately getting under your skin by something they say. They are being passive aggressive, however you want to call it. And they thrive on the fact that they can make you emotional. They can make you upset. This could be your boss, for instance, who knows that they can make you very afraid by a simple thing that they say, etc., etc.
And sometimes it's intentional, sometimes it's not intentional. But people can be a mirror and a reflection, and sometimes we are being used to show up a certain way for certain people at a certain time and vice versa.
They relish this power they have over you. As a strategist in life, you don't give them that power. You step back and you go, is this person deliberately trying to push my buttons? What is their thinking? How are they operating in this world? Are they trying to push me in a certain direction? No, I'm not going to fall for their bait. I'm going to either not react at all, not get emotional, which will upset them, or I will think of something else I can do a few days later to kind of show that I'm onto them, etc., etc.
Now, again, he's speaking from a place still, in my opinion, of being reactive to the situation, playing defense because you might feel like the person is playing offense. And I feel like that is something that happens a lot in different relationship dynamics where people are reacting because they think somebody else is, being the protagonist. Like, I think, like, they think somebody else is starting up when maybe you could just start to look at how you look at things also, but take it from a different perspective. Like, maybe they're just going through something, right? And I'm not saying use it as an excuse for people to just be like, okay, everything's fine, you're good. Like, no, but like really from a space where you can be like, cool, they may be going through something, they may not be going through something. I'm not sure what exactly it is that's happening right now, but this is giving me a vibe of XYZ. Being that it's giving me that vibe, I'm going to step away and I'm going to reflect in my own self Is there something that I'm doing? Is there any way that I'm making this situation different? Is there anything better that I can do? Once you hit one of those type of things, you start to be able to work on yourself more, to realize more what, and to also realize, separate, I'll say, more of this is other people's energy, this is my own energy. But you have to get to a stage and a level to where you can be so real with yourself, to where you can see where, okay, this old habits within me, I'm tripping, right? Or it can just simply be, okay, I'm not tripping. This is something, and why is this? And then go from there. But it's not always, to me, reacting and going into defense mode because you feel like you're being attacked, right? Sometimes it's just a moment that you can learn from and evolve from on both sides, where you can start to see the person in a different light, to understand them better, and to even help you open up different conversations to be able to possibly have with the person. Just depends on who you dating, or who the family member is, or who the coworker is, or whatever the relationship dynamic. It just depends on who they are, to understand whether, of course, you can actually have a conversation with them, or if it's a situation where you know this is really not going to go anywhere. I might as well just exit stage left and do me. Simple as simple does. If it's not going to be a resolution, then what's the point of continuously looking at the problem?
Options. You want options in life. That is power. In a business, in any kind of setting, you don't want to be in a corner where you only can do one thing. I call that avoiding corners in my blog posts, etc. You want to have options. You can go here, you can go there, you can go here, go there. Strategic thinking will open that to you. And the golden gate that will open you to becoming a strategic warrior is to get out of reacting and to always take a step back and go, what is the rational response here, right? Sometimes there are in life what we would call Pyrrhic victories. So let's say you get in an argument with a person. Someone kind of drags you into an argument, and you overpower them with some brilliant idea, and you win the day, you've humiliated them, you show them the truth, you know it's true, and then they kind of scour, and they kind of, yeah, you're right, okay. It's a Pyrrhic victory, because what you've created in the end is someone who resents you, who hates you, and they're going to get back at you later on in life. That's a Pyrrhic victory. So not everything you do is about winning, and even winning can come back and hurt you. Think about the consequences of your actions. Think about how you can open up options instead of just reacting. And that moment where you think instead of react, you are becoming a strategist in life, and you will have power, I guarantee you.
So me personally, give me 1 second. So me personally, I would say I get it. I definitely get his point. And I would say that's the point, right? I pretty much explained it already, but it's a situation where you definitely just gotta be mindful of your options available to you, and not be one-sided, and understand that there are variables to the situation. There's multiple parts to this situation. There's multiple ways to view this situation, and to have options on what it is that you can do, right? But I feel like from another standpoint, like on the side of business, it can be with some obstacles, different things coming up in your path where you have to pivot, and you have to be a very strategic thinker to understand your options, what's available, what can I do and not feel like you're trapped in the corner and now you gotta close up, shut down your business, and it's never going to ever be a thing again. Which I talked about in my good day video. With me personally, when it comes to my business, I'm being strategic right now in this moment with how I go about moving forward in my business. Sometimes it's a situation of just order of steps, and that's what it is. So yep, strategy, being more strategic. It can be used in a lot of different ways, so figure out what way works for you. Okay, be more strategic. Use your mind. It's really what it requires for you, is to use your mind, critical thinking, all of those type of things. Some of us learned about things in school, but we never learned how to actually utilize the skills. So a lot of stuff too, you're already kind of doing, like he talked about. You're already doing it. You just gotta figure out like what that looks like, you know. Yeah, when you understand something, you understand whether you might have been already practicing it or not. Yeah, alright, cool, you got it. Alright, so I'm about to get out of here. Y'all be good, y'all be great, and y'all